We are Unit 3, Quiz 2 review, and this is for geometry. And on the back side, I said we were going to start at page 208, but we don't have page 208, 9 through 12. It should have been page 226, 9 through 12. So, on number 9, the relationship, we have to find, or we have to understand what is the relationship between 1 and 5. 1 and 5 are corresponding. 4 and 6 are alternate interior. 2 and 8 are alternate exterior. 4 and 5 are, these are consecutive interior. Consecutive interior. Number 14. On number 14, if I have a pencil, I'm going to write in the book so it's easier. But you guys have taken all my pencils. Let me see if I have a pencil. I found a pencil. A half pencil. Okay. Angle 5. If angle 5 is what I need to find. So in the figure, measure angle 1 is 123. So if I know that measure angle 1 is 123, I actually know that 1 and 5 are alternate exterior angles. That means that these have to be congruent, alternate exterior. Now, 1 and 3 are actually corresponding. So if you didn't know, then I know that 1 and 3 are corresponding. I know that 3 and 5 are vertical. So I know that angle 5 has to be 123. So angle 14. So I need to find angle 14. So 5 and 14 do not have a relationship. But I do know that 5 and 13, I know that 13 has to be 123 because these are corresponding. That means that 14 and 13 are supplementary. So I would take 180 minus 123, which would be 57. Angle 16, I know that 14 and 16 are corresponding, so this has to be 57. I know that 17, so angle 11, I know that angle 11 and angle 13 are vertical, so this has to be 123. Angle 4, I know that angle 4 and angle 5, these are supplementary. So 180 minus 123 would be 57. Number 19, angle 6. Angle 6, so 4 and 6 are vertical, so I know that angle 6 has to be 57 as well. Okay, remember if you write in the book, you need to erase, so I will be erasing that later. Page 227, number 21. I have to determine whether these are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. To determine if they are perpendicular, parallel, or neither, I need to find the slope. So the slope between A and B. So A and B, so this would be 0 minus 3 over 8 minus 5. So that would give me negative 3 over 3, which is negative 1. My slope between X and Y would be 10 minus 2 over 1 minus negative 7. This would give me 8 over 8. That gives me 1. Negative 1 over 1, positive 1 over 1, these are actually perpendicular because if I flip them, they're opposite inverses. These are perpendicular lines. Page 227, number 24. Graph the line that satisfies the condition. So I need a line, or a line that goes through point 3, negative 3, 4, so negative 1, 2, 3, positive 1, 2, 3, 4. and is parallel. So I got to find the slope of 2, 5, and 9, 2. So the slope between A and B would have to be 2 minus 5 over 9 minus 2. That would give me negative 3 over 7. So my slope has to be negative 3 over 7. I could find the equation, then I can graph, or I could just start at the point and show my graph. If I go down 3, 1, 2, 3, over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, there is my line that goes through the point that is parallel to AB. If I want to find the equation, there's my slope. My point is negative 3, 4. So I would plug it into y minus, y1 is 4, negative 3 over 7 is my slope, x minus negative 3. That becomes a plus. So this would be y minus 4 equals negative 3 over 7x minus 3 times 3 is 9 over 7. If I multiply everything by 7, I get 7y minus 28 equals negative 3x minus 9. Add 28 to both sides. That would give me 19. So 7y equals negative 3x plus 19. Divide by 7. And 19 divided by 7. 19 divided by 7 gives me 2.7. So y equals negative 3 over 7x plus 2.7. 2.7 would be my y-intercept, which is exactly what we have. I go down 3, 1, 2, 3, over 7, which would still be on my line. Page 227, number 31. Write an equation in slope-intercept form. So, I am given 2 points. I'm given negative 3, 12. And I'm given 15, 0. So what I got to do is I got to go ahead and find the equation through these 2 points. x1, y1, x2, y2. So my slope would be 0 minus 12 over 15 minus negative 3. So this would be negative 12 over 18. If I simplify this, I would get negative, I can divide by 2, so that would give me negative 6 over 9, or I can divide by 3, which would be negative 4 over 6. Or I could divide by 2, or 6, which would be negative 2 over 3. So that's what my slope reduces to. So I'm going to use my slope, and I'm actually going to use this point because this point's easier. So y minus, my y value is 0, equals negative 2/3 x minus 15. So if I distribute, I get y equals negative 2/3 x plus 30 over 3. 30 over 3 becomes 10. Page 184, number 24. So I need to find the values of x and y. So I cannot do the relationship between x and y before I find one of the values. So I got to use 114. I know that 114 is corresponding to y. If they're corresponding, I know that they equal each other if my lines are parallel. So I know that y has to equal 114. Now that I know that y is 114, I know that these are side by side. That means that x plus 12 plus 114 has to equal 180. So this would be 126. So x plus 126 equals 180. Subtract 126. And that gives me 54 equals x. So y is 114, x is 54. Number 9. which you guys actually did on the other side. Or sorry, no, we didn't. Page 183. Oh my gosh, I did the wrong freaking page 183, number 8. Sorry about that. So cross that out because that's the wrong problem. So I know that 55 and x has to add up to 180. So that means that x plus 55 would equal 180. So x plus 55 equals 180. If I subtract by 55, I know that x would have to be 25. If I know that x is 25, then my y, my x and my y are alternate interior. So if x is 25, I know y has to be 25 as well. Number 9. If this is 104, these are actually alternate exterior. That means that these have to be the same. If this is 104, then this has to be 104. If this is 104, these are vertical. So no matter how you do it, I know that 104 has to equal x minus 10. So if I add 10, I get 114 equals x. Number 10. These are alternate interior. Alternate interior means that they are equal. So I know that 2x minus 15 has to equal x plus 55. If I subtract x, I get x minus 15 equals 55. Add 15 to both sides. X would be 70. And I'm done.